105.3 worldwide at WDAS-FM.com. Hit us up.
I've got my fork in hand because we are ready to eat. We're on location deep in Mount Airy at Chef Ken's at 7135 Germantown Avenue. Let's say hello to Chef Ken Roberts. How are you?
I'm fine, baby. Thank you. I'm fine to public also. Thank you.
This is amazing. I don't even know where to start, but we're going to start with the hot sauce. He knows I like hot sauce. I've never tasted this hot sauce. It's a good habit, it's a bad habit, but I love hot sauce on everything. Why would I love this hot sauce, which I'm going to put on my collard greens and cabbage medley?
Well, it's a Jamaican blend. They work with the Scotch bonnets and the hottest peppers, you know. There's only one that's hotter than that. It's called ghost pepper, and that's a new one that just introduced itself within the last couple of years.
I don't even know where to start. I got so much good food here. Okay, let's start with the cabbage and green medley.
That's what I call it.
Why would you do the two together?
Well, put it like this. Sometimes some vegetables are higher than the other up here, but down south, my grandmother, you know, she was built in Alabama. She had cabbage. She got some hot, y'all. See, she had cabbage and collard greens and mustards, turnips, kale, all kinds of stuff in her garden.
Keep talking.
And she would, what she called a medley. She was telling me to go out to the field and I'd pick up collard greens and cabbage and mustards and turnips. I didn't know what I was picking. I was just picking greens. And she would come in and she would cook them all together. She would marry the flavors. So we have a lot of those here in Philadelphia and the surrounding areas with the farms in Jersey, the farms in Philly. But I find it kind of nice to have the sweetness of the cabbage.
What you taste.
Right? And the little bitterness of the greens, we marry the two flavors and it just gives you something totally different. And,
when you add that hot sauce, ooh, you got me with that one. I thought I could handle it.
That's good stuff. We serve it here.
That is good stuff. We serve it here at the restaurant. I'm going to take you back to the first time we met. You got me when you made a jambalaya dish. I was filling in for butter one night, doing the oldies, and you got me with a rice dish. Do you remember that?
Was it
Brave New World?
That's
yes.
Right, Brave New World.
Now this right here, this is a
Jazzy Jambalaya.
And what goes in it?
Okay, Jazzy Jambalaya, we start off with rice. It can either be white or brown. I prefer the brown rice most of the time, but it's a little more expensive, you know. And you have the stewed tomatoes, you have your red peppers, green peppers, onions. You got about 5 different peppers. Cayenne.
Very tasty, I can taste it. And another hot dish. Boy, my mouth is going to be on fire.
I don't want to burn everybody up, but you know.
No, you don't. I did it. I can taste the spices, and the spices are very good. What would you, chicken?
This is a roasted chicken.
Okay.
Herb roasted chicken, and we cook this from scratch, okay? This is a, you can have a knife, but you don't really need it.
No, you don't. Look how it comes off. Look how it comes off.
Roasted chicken is, you know, basil, thyme, oregano, all kinds
I'm tasting the spices, and I love it.
We have to season our food. We must season it, not just with salt and pepper. And the salt is the culprit. We use granulated garlic, granulated onion. That way we control the salts that go in our food. If you look around this restaurant, there's no salts on the table.
There isn't, but you know what? But you don't need it.
Right.
Your baked macaroni and cheese.
Now,
Tell us.
We do a baked macaroni and cheese. Now everybody claims to have the best. I'm not saying this is the best. This is the best way I was taught.
Okay.
They taught me a whole different way than they teach people up here to make macaroni and cheese. And I had a grandmother from Dothan, Alabama, and one from Rocky Mount, North Carolina, and they both made it different.
Wow, it's
so
very
good. Homage, I again infused the two recipes. Okay?
I love my vegetables.
Okay. Oh yes.
The carrot, broccoli. What do you do to make this dish come out unique?
Now, in certain parts of the South, they do different dishes. Now, you go to Alabama again, they have something called succotash, which is lima beans and corn. Now, in the South, Georgia and North Carolina, they call that succotash. Stewed vegetables. In France, they call it ratatouille, which is a stewed down vegetable. You take your broccoli, your carrot, your cauliflower, and you blend all of them together, and you soften it. You don't even have to have teeth to eat that, you know what I'm saying? But it's soft enough for people to eat it. I love it.
It is. It's very good. We've got our beef ribs here, and let's see how tender they are. When the meat comes off the bone, and it does. I'm just being cute with a fork, but the meat comes off the bone.
You can tear that right apart.
You sure can.
Now, beef ribs are Angus beef ribs that we buy. We buy it from several suppliers in the city, and we.
It's very good, and it comes off the bone. I love that.
And they give it to us. You know, I like to deal with 2 or 3 different people. You know, but not too many. But the Angus is what I like. That's why.
How long have you been cooking?
For about 34 years now.
Okay.
I started off as a caterer. Back in the old days of the Impulse, I always give my praise to Mr. Ben Bynum Sr. who gave me a start here.
Okay. Wow.
At the Impulse, I was a standard caterer there before the junior got into the business.
Wow, isn't it something? Did you always like to cook?
Yeah, my grandfather was a chef. You know?
Okay.
I have pictures on the wall of me and Mr. Roberts, and he was on the ship for many years. He didn't retire until he was 67. He transitioned at 94. So, from strong black women in my family, from Dothan and Rocky Mount, North Carolina, and from my grandfather, I had it on both sides. I was pretty much not like forced into it, like grabbed by the collar and sent down south every year.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I'm 57, so when you look at it, it's like you have elements in your community, and they want you away from it. Back in the 60s, you know what it was, and they didn't want me around it, so they sent me down there. I would be poking my lips out, and I learned about picking greens and bringing chickens' necks and eggs and just the farm in general. So it was really much on the side, on the job training that I was getting at the time, and I came back home and 32, 34 years later, look what I did.
I know, Chef Ken's. Let's talk about this cornbread.
Oh my God.
Oh, he's got some good food here, everybody.
There's two recipes for this also. See, this is the thing I keep saying too. I gotta say Grandma Nene and I gotta say Grandma Clara, who was from Alabama. Different. Grandma, she made what you called Johnny cake. Which was on a flat pan, or hot water cornbread they call it too.
Okay, hot water.
And Grandma made this and they called her bread cake bread. And that's what it tastes like, this cake. He had some hot butter on that, and it was just coming out the oven, he was eating it, it tastes like this cake. Yeah. You know, so that's what they call it cake bread up here. But I try to put the two together because I don't want one grandma to be mad about the other grandma's recipe, so we made it nice. But overall, it's really good food.
It is.
It's all cooked fresh. And you know, I don't do this alone, Patty.
Yeah, no, you got a great staff.
I got a great staff. I got it right on my nephew Hassan Smith. He really, like I said, he teaches me now. And he's been 25 years, and I've been there 34. So you know, he went out and got other knowledge and came back and really took the business and catapulted to another area. And you know, he plates food for me, he runs the business for me, he works with the staff. You know, so it frees me up. You know, because I'm working on a new project. I told you I'm not leaving Philly. I'm going to stay here, but I'm working on a new project with some other people. Yeah. And you know, hopefully it gives me a chance to get a little bit more sustenance to make this better.
Now, Chef Ken, you may have heard that I'm a peach cobbler connoisseur.
Listen to what I heard, man. I've been hearing this so long. Let me tell you something.
But I do make good peach cobbler. I do.
I know you do.
I do, because I love to cook.
Every rapper,
so I'm
taking. It was
taking.
Tank. That's the guy's name who wants your peach cobbler all the time. The singer, rapper. His name is
Oh
Tank.
my goodness!
And he always answers. I'm like, I gotta see this. Remember you put one on your car?
There's a dance going on in my mouth right now. I taste the cinnamon. Oh my gosh!
I remember one day we put one on your car for you. Isn't that good? You taste the cinnamon and nutmeg?
I taste the cinnamon. I taste the nut. Oh, this is good. The butter.
So what I do is it's like
oh my gosh.
It's like a cookie crust I like to put on. I make the crust separate. It's a big giant sheet.
my
I cut it in
gosh.
squares and put it on. It's really good. It is really good.
You give me a run for my money.
No, you don't.
No. You give me a run for my money.
I learned from
nutmeg, the cinnamon, the sugar, the butter. That is the secret to peach cobbler. All of this great food, Chef Ken's, 7135 Germantown Avenue in the heart of Mount Airy. Come on to Germantown Avenue. Chef Ken, his great staff, they are here. And the food is good. Ooh, you gotta get this cobbler. Ooh.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I thought you were, I learned from the best. Like I said, strong black women taught me how to do this. And just like you,
this is so good. I'm so happy right now. I'm very happy.